Alright, I'm going to get started. Let's go. What are we on, day 9? Alright. I'm going to go over a couple of just like safe gun handling and good habits and practices to start doing. So, you should try and do your best to everything you're doing in practice is what you would be doing on the range. Have a 180, abide by it. Finger off the trigger when we start doing movements. We're going to town here. When we move, finger needs to come off the trigger and abide by the 180. Okay? Same with reloads. So when we're doing our practicing on our reloads, you need to be here, and when you bring it back, your finger needs to come out. Okay? You need to really ingrain that into you, because that is a quick way to go home. So, some good practices to get into. So, say we're doing mag changes, and excuse me, we're doing 6 aces. So you're going to have another mag change, so you're going to have mags on the floor. When we're done and you unload, put the gun away, holster up, then pick the mags up. Okay? You don't want to get into the habit of bending down with this, and no. Pick the mags up, so we're done with the drill. Put the mag away, holster up, pick your stuff up. Okay? Pretty good habit to get into. As far as I just lost my train of thought. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good for your practices. Again, draw in a safe direction. If you want to practice, if you're really new and you're unsure of the unload and show clear or load and make ready, I'll just give you a quick tutorial. So when you go up to a line in a USPSA match or an IDPA match, I'm going to use the USPSA commands. So, you go up to the line and it's your turn to shoot. Wait for the RO to say, make ready. That's when you grab your mags, your chamber. If you switch out because you have you want to run a fresh mag and have it fully stacked for you high cap guys, holster up, and then he'll wait. You do your make ready, air gun it one more time, whatever your thing is, and he'll say, are you ready? Stand by, and then within 3 seconds you'll hear I think our battery's dying. Anyway, make ready, are you ready, and then the beep. I'm cool. I know I'm cool. It's fine. So, are you ready? Stand by, beep. Okay? So you go through the stage blazing. Okay? Last shot, last target. If you're finished, unload, show clear. That's when you drop the mag, put it wherever you need to put it. Here's an important part. I see a lot of new shooters do this all the time. You'll see me usually pop it up just like so. Do not, let me see if I can show you a better way. If you're used to doing this to unload your gun like this, try and get out of a habit. Because if you're flustered at the end of the stage and your hand happens to go here in front of the muzzle, like so, DQ, go home. Okay? Grab it back here. Don't try and do this whole little catch thing. I know you saw me doing it the other day. I know I shouldn't have done it. I didn't feel like picking up the shells where the dummy rounds off the ground. So just give it a good rack. You can always pick up the shell when it falls, or the RO will try and catch it. Just, okay? When you're here, if finished, hammer down. Striker guys, whatever, pull the trigger. For you double action guys, it's not letting it down. For you guys with decockers, it's not decocking it. You are pulling the trigger, okay? And holster back up. That's good for the habits and practices for safe gun handling. Now we're going to get into the fun stuff. So, today, we're going to do some wide transitions. Lately, we've been doing just, the 3 targets, boom, boom, boom. Now we want to be able to get some more motion in. So, the easiest way to do this, is to find a corner in a room, stand facing the corner, and then put a target on this wall and a target on that wall. Stand, whatever you're simulated, 7 yards away or whatever, and you'll be able to get, I'll show you facing this way and then I'll show you facing this way. So if I'm facing this corner, so if I face in this corner, so here I'm head up with the corner, target, target. So if we were to run just a basic drill, beep, beep. Okay? That's what we're going to run for a little bit. Shouldn't be that bad. It's just a draw on 2 targets, a little wider transition. So 1.7, let's start there. You know I don't spell my name with an I, Angela. My target array is already pretty wide, but for you guys that are limited on space, the corner works pretty well. So. And again, on those transitions, remember we're aiming middle of A zone, not brown. Middle of A zone. Even when you snap over this target to the next, remember we talked about leading with your eyes. So it's one, two. So it's a bit exaggerated, but after my second trigger pull, you'll see my head turn, and then the gun follows. The goal is, when you snap your head and your eyes to that target, to be drilled in on middle of the A zone. And what that does, lets you bring your gun in without having to overshoot it. What happens a lot of times when you follow your sights, a lot of times you end up overshooting and you gotta go back. So, eyes locked on, bring the gun right to it. I tried futzing on that one with a really small target. So in that one, in the far target there, I saw my fiber hit the A zone, and I continued to rock to the left, and then rock to the right. So there's a good chance those would have been 2 Charlies. It's not what we're going for. And I jumped. That's how that should have been. That was a good one. I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to start on that target and come this way now. Ooh, I dragged that one. I went here. I don't know what stopped me, but I dragged the gun over. So ideally, when you go from target to target, so if we have, perfect, we'll just use those poppers. Hopefully you guys can see the poppers behind me. And I'm going to grab a laser. I'll be right back. Alright, you got a circ gun. I'm going to show you. Can you guys see the poppers? Well, there's one. There's one. So when you're transitioning from popper to popper, I'm going to leave the laser on so you can see it's a hit and slow down at the end. So really fast in this area, and you kind of just float into position on this last part. Actually. So when the green laser's on, here, speed, and then it'll just float in. So popper, fast, slow. That's not going to work out very well. So quickly, quick slow down. That makes sense? That better? Alright, so we'll do it opposite. Red's going to snap, green's going to slow down. I know it's opposite, but it'll work better this way. So, red, hit, snap, slow down. Hit, slow down. Does that make sense? So, let's do some more wide transitions. Right now the timer is set for 1.7. Uh-oh. Oh no. I think the timer gave up the ghost. All right. Ooh, how wide? Well, it's almost half scale, 8 feet apart. It's a half scale on this side and a third scale on that side. And it's about 8 feet actual distance. So it's a pretty wide transition. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna be working without a timer because it's dead. So we'll do a couple more of these, just do it with urgency, and then we'll move to the one-step reload. I need to snap my eyes faster. It's very nice decor. That draw was too slow. move on to the one-step reload. And it's exactly how it sounds. It's a reload with one step. What this is going to help introduce to you is when you're up here and you need to move and reload, it's a huge difference than just doing a standing reload. Nothing's moving down here, at least it shouldn't be. So everything is where it needs to be. However, you had a step in there. Now stuff's moving. Gun's moving, it's not planted. So this will be a good introduction to when you guys run a stage and you have to go from position to really start booking to the next position. So, and I apologize, I don't have another 9-volt around me, so we're gonna have to run this one without a timer, but one-step reloads are gonna be a pretty big part of this, so they'll be back. If you guys remember yesterday, I talked about downloading my mag, my first mag. I'm definitely going to do that. It definitely makes it more consistent for me. Oh, hey, before we move on, another tip for you guys. If you guys use Pro Grip or Liquid Grip or some type of grip enhancer, you really need to be dry firing with it. Makes a big difference. That's why I finally decided to get this gun stippled, because I hated using that stuff all the time. And this is a little more consistent. I still have just enough of a movable surface that I can flip the gun around easily. With the Pro Grip, another tip, if you want, that works out for me, I got it from my friend Mike, is I don't put mine all on my hands. That's too much. What I do is I put it in my support hand here and on the outside of my strong hand here. So it adds enough grip to where I need it, really. Because when I did it all over my hands, it made turning the gun to reload impossible. So, just a tip. If you guys use it, you should definitely dry fire with it. One-step reload. Preferably put a piece of wood down, or a broom, anything. I'm just going to pretend. But when you step, make a legitimate, a real step. Not this, no, get a step in. So. No timer. Ooh, nope. So I have a tendency to shuffle instead of one step. I'm really going to do the one step. Absolutely. Excuse me. You can, well, you can text me, but anybody else that wants to do like a tutoring session, excuse me, we can definitely set something up. Either DM me on Instagram or send me a message on Facebook. I'll be happy to help you. Happy to help you. Now, it doesn't have to be just side to side either. Now we're going to start going forward and backward. Man. It's not that big of a change. I do like the new magwell for sure. I'd like to blame it on the training and not the gear. I'm just going to do a box. I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4. That was bad. Bad, but bad. Oh, I cheated on that one. I reloaded, then moved. Cut my pinky. Another tip, you guys, this is why dry fire really helps iron stuff out. Can you see the blue mag? It should not be able to do that. This one's loose too. This one, that one's not loose. So, need to get some red Loctite out and basically cement them into position. Let's do this again. Let's do it the other way. Let's start going forward. Bad. Well, let's make it a challenge, huh? I can't go on until it's perfect. Kind of like, what was that, Around the World in Basketball? Double bad on me. I should have finished that. man. So what this does, I mean, aside from making dry fire a little less boring, is if you have little games that you play, it starts to add a little bit of pressure. You know, if I have to complete 4 for it to count, I screwed up halfway through, so just aids in that pressure. Let's try it again. Damn. Getting hot down here again. Nope. Wasn't really moving on that one though. Nope. It feels like the walk of shame back to where I started. Can't even get off first base. Oh. There we go. Good. Good. Remain calm. So close. Back to square one. The rate this is going, I'm going to get 1 perfect 4 square and I'm calling it quits. I don't think I was moving. It's gonna be a long night. Perfect. Ooh, no it wasn't. It was wedged in just enough, but wasn't locked in. I just gotta focus. Focus. Or not. Yeah, Travis, you're right. I really am. Come on, what's going on here? Making some weird noises now. Wow. All right. One sec. All right. Man. I'm going to try going this way first, just to see. Nope, doesn't matter which way. Sucking is sucking. Yeah, it's good. We can do that. Let's do some initial back step loads. That seems to be where I get hung up. Except that time. No, I got this. Stubbornness will prevail. Or not. Well, sorry you guys have to suffer along with me with no timer. Match mode, no overthinking. One was good. Last one. Woo! Oh! Now, do I take that victory and run, or do I say I gotta go the other direction now? We're going the other direction. Thanks, brother. That was way off. I didn't have the gun tilted. Funny, yes, technically I did all 4 directions. So let's use that time to learn that was a no-no. If your mag's falling like that and it's going that direction, which is in front of the gun, don't grab it. Don't go for it. I was just worried about my wife coming home to a broken coffee table. Let's move this out the way. I did. I moved the table. I think the problem is I'm dropping this gun too far this time. Usually I keep it more up here. Let's see if that makes a difference. Apparently not. Two. I feel like it's a bad Tootsie Pop commercial. Never find out how many reloads it takes to get to the end. Man, something's going on here. What am I not doing? Almost. I'm taking that one. That's what I get for taking that one. Yeah. Yeah, it is something I need to work on. Les pointed it out to me yesterday. What Travis is talking about is when I go to reload, when I get basically up here, I'm letting my index finger get out of the way as opposed to letting it follow the mag up and just let it curl out of the way. So I'm going to give that a shot now, Travis. Thanks for noticing. Yep, do it again. Well, right now the problem is if I run it slow motion, that mistake doesn't show itself. Slow motion, I keep my finger on it. So this is one of those things where you just kind of got to grind it out. So. Ugly, ugly. Did it again. Exactly, your mistake is muscle memory. Yes and no, because I can do it slow all day until I speed up the pace. This is where a lot of people get. At least for me, I can run it slow-mo all day, but this is where fast is fast. Slow is smooth, smooth is no. Fast is fast. Again, you know, Travis is looking at it at speed and telling me he can see it, so. Want to see, just going to grind it out. That finger, this finger, these fingers are numb from hitting the mag. I will say the mag well is slightly different in the aspect of this one kind of juts down more, where the other one was a little more open. And I really caught my finger in this one before. Yeah, for sure. But I am going to heat on the side of, that's not working, so I am going to break it down right now. Not necessarily slow-mo, but we're going to go back to kind of the Burke, or the briquette drill. Yeah, well, that's definitely a mistake there. Yeah. Get it? Yeah, kinda. I stopped. Oh boy. All right. Oh. All right, guys. Well,